Hobbs Act. Generally, the Hobbs Act prohibits actual or attempt robbery of extortion affecting interstate or foreign commerce in any way or degree. It also prescribes conspiracy to commit robbery or extortion without reference to the conspiracy statute. The statute prohibits of physical violence to any person or property in furtherance of a plan or purpose to do anything in violation of this section. It is confined to violence for the purpose of committing robbery or extortion. So basically, this actually, when they actually will charge you with this, you have to actually cross interstate lines. And they will primarily use it for bank robberies. Uh, they can actually charge you with this right away. That way, they can get you into custody while they actually build up a case against you, while they gather up their actual witnesses and evidence. So you will be charged with actual Hobbs, and therefore they'll give us some extra time, some extra actual, um, uh, I guess, to get up their resources and actually bring more evidence up against you, you know. And when you actually do this actual type of actual of crime, you know, it's going to be premeditated because you're already crossing state lines. But sometimes there's an exception, and today my actual opinion, there's an exception for the fact that I don't think that this was the actual plan, because if they did, it was very, very poorly planned out, and they weren't expecting the actual outcome, you know. So to just to get started on this actual case, there's three individuals: a 28-year-old, a 38-year-old, and a 27-year-old. The 27-year-old is actually the getaway driver. So apparently, this happened back in 2011, and so they took 10 years to actually solve this case. I don't know why it would take that long. They actually had phone records to track these actual individuals down. Maybe it was a burner phone, but you still can track somebody down by somebody's actual. Even though you have a burner phone, they can still track you down for your phone calls, who they're calling, are you constantly calling, and they can start there and backtrack to actually find the source of the actual caller. And if you have a burner phone, you tentatively think that, you know, well, it's just a burner phone, they can't track it. Well, yes, they can, because if you're making phone calls to somebody, you know, it's going to actually affect your actual the outcome of your actual trying to hide yourself. You know, so these actual individuals, they pled guilty to participating in the October 31st, 2011, a murder of this actual young 30-year-old, which was the actual owner of an actual bakery. I don't know what he was doing actually selling bud. You know, in fact, he was trying to sell a pound of weed, guys, a pound of weed. And he got killed for a pound of weed because he didn't want to give it up. He fought the actual two robbers, and then the actual other guy was waiting in the car, but still, he tried to fight the robbery of 1 pound, you know, in his own apartment. I don't know if he had a family or not, but I mean, a pound is, it's only a pound. You can, I mean, you just write it off, you know what I mean? It's not worth your life. And he actually fought them, and the one who was actually doing the stick up pulled the trigger. Why wouldn't you actually try to just wrestle him or just beat him up instead of shooting the gun, you know? But they pulled the trigger and he killed him. And after that, they actually set up to where they put him in a car and drove him across state lines from New York into Pennsylvania. They found an actual forest somewhere, gathered up a trash dumpster, probably a 55-gallon one, and threw him in there and lit him on fire. Just like that, lit him on fire. And that was it for the actual victim. And they left them out there burning in an actual trash can, and then they just went back to New York and went about their business. And probably thought they were scot free after 10 years, but now they caught up to them with the help of the FBI. You know. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe.